Hey, Matt from Sea Red UK. Latest one of our Bulls Blitz, so it's just me on my own. Whether Neil puts something out later on, I don't know. With this one, trying to get it out onto YouTube and also our audio outlets wherever I can. So as usual, if you're watching, wherever you're listening, rate, review, subscribe, helps us out and ensures you don't miss these sort of things. Just wanting to do this one, I mean, as you can probably see, if you are watching, I'm still at work, and so just trying to do a quick recording, and yeah, I just needed to get a load off my chest more than anything. It's been quite a week for Bulls sort of content, rumours, however you want to word it, and ultimately finished with the draft and AK's presser last night or this morning for us here in the UK. Now, there were all rumours, you know, with the Zach trade and all that sort of stuff. I did say, you know, it's all down to league sources, execs, all that sort of stuff, and there's only so much you can take from it, and ultimately it's come to nothing, or so far anyway. So, on to the draft. Now, I was up at 1 o'clock this morning to watch it. I watched it through till the 23rd pick, as I kind of felt if Bulls were going to do anything, it was going to be around the 23rd pick, try and lift them limitations from Portland and get that pick essentially. Obviously that didn't happen, so I went back to bed for an hour, got up again at 4:30 to start work, and with that gets a notification from Shams saying that Bulls are making a trade into the draft. It's not official yet, I believe, at the time I'm doing this, but it tends to be that it's going to be 2 future second round picks to Washington Wizards, and Bulls obviously got the 35th pick in this year's draft, with which they picked Julian Phillips out of Tennessee. He's 19, he's listed as a 3/4. He got the 43-inch vertical, which is the highest in this year's draft combine. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I know anything about him, because I don't follow college basketball, and I've kind of had to educate myself on Julian Phillips and listen to what everyone else is saying, looked at a few YouTube videos, and there's one that I've shared on the socials today that I would recommend people go and watch. So from what I've seen, you know, it's essentially, to me, what we kind of want P. Will to be: aggressive towards the rim and a solid on D. Where he does lack seems to be his 3-point shot. Now, he averaged 41.9% from the field in his 1 year at college last year, but only 23.9% from 3, and that was on 1.4 shots per game on the 3. Now, if you watch the video that I have linked on the socials, it's the D that impresses me. He very good on ball defender, and AK in his press conference said he believes he's at a level defensively where he can step into the NBA now. Now obviously he is 19, he needs to work on his 3-point shot. But Bulls, as confirmed by Eversley in the press conference, they have confirmed the hiring of Peter Patton as a shooting coach. So everything's in place for him there to develop in that sense. It does seem to be a bit of a replacement for DJJ, going on like the sort of size, the skills and stuff like that. And look, I'm not going to sit here and get too carried away, even though that's all we do have at the minute as a Bulls fan. But I'm quite excited to watch him develop. I've said before, I'm excited to watch Summer League, and obviously that's the first chance we're going to get to see him in a Bulls uniform. But hopefully we do get to see him on the floor next year as well, because it looks like he fills a need. We need we need we need wings, and he's solid on D. If he can improve his shooting, then that's going to help massively. And apart from that, he's, like I say, he looks aggressive going to the rim. Very good free throw shooter as well. Gets there quite a lot as well. So look, 35th pick, second round. You've seen it before. Players go undrafted, players go late in the first, players go early in the second. However, Nikola Jokic, what was he, 41st pick? Nobody thought he was going to be the player that he is. So you've got to give these players a chance, and you've got to give them a chance to develop. You've got to give them a chance to find their way in the NBA. And yeah, I say it does seem a little bit underwhelming, but I have also said I believe that we've got to show patience with AK. And I'm going to get onto his presser later on and sort of where I've read between the lines, but Bulls did also announce that, or it's been reported that they are signing Adama Sanogo to I hope that's how you say his name, to a two-way deal. Now, he's a centre out of UConn. He helped the Huskies win the national title at March Madness, NCAA, and he was the Final Four most outstanding player. He was projected to go second round, obviously didn't. He's gone undrafted. Bulls have picked him up. Again, first chance we'll get to see him is going to be Summer League. No guarantee that we see him anymore after that. You know how it works with these two-way deals. They sign him up. We get excited about them from what we see in Summer League, and then they disappear and they get picked up by somebody else's G League team. So hopefully, we do see this Adama Sanogo stick around, at least with Windy City. He's a 6'9". He's listed as centre, 240 pounds, so he's a big unit, just a little short to play centre. That's the thing, what people are saying about him coming out of college. But he's got a good pedigree. He averaged 17.4 points, 7.7 rebounds and 1.3 assists last year. So there's no reason why they can't move him away from the middle, I guess, to the 4, if that's what they want to do. He looks quite a competent three-point shooter, not fantastic, doesn't take a lot. And obviously it's hard to say when you're just looking at video. Like I say, I don't know anything about these college guys. I'm educating myself on them as I'm going along, and yeah, I do tend to get a little bit excited by them when they've not actually done anything. But again, I'm going to reserve judgment on him. I'm excited to watch Summer League in a couple of weeks. I believe it's the 7th of July it starts. Obviously there's no schedule out for it yet. But this Sanogo in particular, like I say, was predicted to go in the second round. A lot of other teams were reportedly looking at him. And look, these two, I'm excited about Justin Lewis as well. I've said that before. And I think these two, plus Justin Lewis, plus Dalen Terry at Summer League, it's going to be fun to watch regardless. And like I say, I hope that we find a way to keep them around, whether it is just down with Windy City, so that they're still within the Bulls organisation in terms of Sanogo. And like I say, with Julian Phillips, I hope that he does get court time. Same as Dalen Terry. Hope we see more of him next year. So on to the AK presser. Like I say, I'm just doing this one quickly, so it's hopefully over and done with pretty soon. But you got asked the typical questions and you got the typical answers. You got asked about Lonzo. Apparently he's off his crutches. He's starting his rehab. They don't expect to see him back next year. They're not going to wave and stretch. They're confident to see him back on the court. Standard answers, nothing exciting. Another one that people are highlighting was the fact that apparently he's confident that he could go into the luxury tax. He'd been told by the Reinsdorfs that is a possibility, but he did say as long as the team is competitive. Top 4, top 6 in the East. At the minute, we're not. So, it's, again, to me, it's nothing new. We've heard it all before. In terms of, he wouldn't go into the trade in terms of for Julian Phillips, but he did say that he was excited by him. And like I said earlier, that he thinks he could step in at this level already defensively. There is a lot to work on him with, and that's when they said, obviously, the hiring of Peter Patton was confirmed as the director of development, or whatever the official title he's got, and a lot of it is going to be to do with shooting. Obviously, he's very cagey with his answers, as you expect. Apparently, they're going to offer the qualifying to Ayo and Kobe. Obviously, we know they're in talks with Vooch, and everything he kept saying was, we're meeting next week with regards to free agency. And then now this is where I'm reading between the lines, because as usual he says, we know what we need to address and we're going to do it through free agency. Shooting is the big one, and this is where I kind of think that, because obviously we've said we need a 4. They've just gone and got Julian Phillips. How much we see of him, we don't know, but you got P. Will, and as we saw last year, Alex Caruso filling in that role. And I just got a feeling that's where they're going to go with the 4. To me, I think that they've sorted with the 4, and they're going to use free agents to try and improve shooting, and it's going to be through a point guard. Who it's going to be, don't know, but they've obviously got plans in place. They say they're going to have final meetings next week before free agency opens. So yeah, I just think, as I said all along, I can just see it's going to be, they're running it back, tweaking it slightly, adding these little pieces like Julian Phillips, whoever they had through the free agency, and the big thing is they're going to re-sign our own main free agents, i.e. Vooch, Kobe, Ayo. Do I think that's what they should do? As I've said before, patience. They've obviously seen the team and what they want. They've put the pieces in there around Zach. Unfortunately, that one main piece, being Lonzo, isn't there, and that's where Bulls' shortfalls have come. So depending who they pick up through free agency, don't know, could work. I've kind of jokingly said in our group chats with everyone that I think they're going to bring Pat Bev back. I know that's not going to be a popular one, but leads into the running it back. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Appreciate anybody who watches and listens. I don't know if you agree with my opinions. Like I say, I just had a lot to get off my chest. Felt this was the way to do it. Excited by Julian Phillips, or what he could become, I guess. Hope they keep Sonogo around, at least with Windy City. And yeah, I just think they're going to run it back. So, like I say, I don't know if Neil drops one later on his own. If not, we'll probably talk more about it on next week's podcast episode. And until then, remember, see you at UK, quite simply, the Chicago Bulls thing.